I grew up in the city called Yokohama in Japan, and I moved to LA in 2011.
It's been
14 years.
14 years. Did it take long for you to adapt to like American culture?
I decided to move to LA because I followed my dream.
2010, 2025, how American people see Japan? Any differences?
Culturally, I feel way more relaxed here just because everybody see me as just foreigner, which is kind of nice.
I feel like I'm more free than Japan.
You think so?
Yeah.
After living the States for 20 years, you're still here, right? What do you like about America? Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Takashi. So today I came to Los Angeles, California to interview Japanese people living here. What's it like to live in the States as a Japanese person? Okay, let's get started. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Arisa. I'm from Kagoshima, Japan. I've been living in LA for 7 years, and I do model, actor, and content creator.
Hi, I'm Hiro. I'm from Japan. I'm from the Aichi Prefecture. I've been in LA for about 7 years.
7 years.
Yep.
My name is Nozomi Mori from Hyogo, Japan, and I'm sushi chef in LA. 7 years.
7 years.
In here.
Hi everyone, my name is Toru Chikado. I'm a Japanese actor based in Los Angeles. I grew up in the city called Yokohama in Japan, and I moved to LA in 2011.
So it's been
14 years.
14 years.
Long time.
Long time.
Hi, my name is Ami. I was born in Kobe. I grew up in Tokyo and Chiba. I've been living in the States for last 15 years, and I'm an actress.
I'm Yohei Koike. I am an animator. I've been working for animation industry in the US for about 15 years.
My name is Kanai. I'm from Nagano, Japan, and I've been in the States for 20 years.
7 years. Where did you live?
I lived in Oklahoma for about 7 years, and now I'm in LA for 13 years. Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, what brought you to the United States 20 years ago?
20 years ago, I was a student as a study abroad. Yeah.
Why did you study abroad? Why did you want to come to the States instead of like Europe or instead of other part of Asia?
So when I was in high school, I went to Oregon and I did homestay for 1 week, and that's why I was already interested in coming here.
First, I actually went to St. Louis, Missouri, which is sort of countryside, just to study English. And then I went back to Japan. I was studying business, but I wanted to study acting, so I decided to move to LA after. I literally just brought maybe about $1,000 here with one suitcase, and I had chosen this acting school that I was going to, but I literally had no plan. I guess I didn't expect I would be here this long.
I wanted to be a ballet dancer back in Japan, but I stopped because I realized I'm not good enough.
Okay.
So then I decided, let me see, like, what can I do? What do I want to do? And I wanted to do acting and started looking for like places or school to train. And I realized America is a place. So I decided to come to America.
When I was younger, so I wanted to play guitar with Americans, or like I wanted to join the American band to play guitar. So that's why I decided to move to in LA.
Oh, so not for work or anything. You just wanted to come here.
I used to be a musician in Japan, and also I worked for an apparel company, so as a designer and also manufacturing. I try to work hard for my band, but I decided to move to LA because I followed my dream.
I was living in Fukuoka before I moved to LA. I was a hairstylist. That was my main job. And my life was good, but I just wanted to see, my potential in my life, like what's out there in the world. And I went to New York first. I stayed there for 3 months. I worked at the hair salon. And after 3 months, I went back to Japan, decided to come back to the US, and I wanted to try LA. So I came to LA after a year. And then, since that, it's been 7 years.
7 years.
I really like a travel. So first of all, I went to country, travel and backpack, and then I feel like, I don't want to stay in Japan. I just walk, and then I decided to came to United States, and salary is totally different, and I feel like I'm more free than Japan.
You think so?
Yeah.
First, I wanted to do some CG animation work, wanted to work for a Hollywood movie in general. And I thought like back then in 2010, Hollywood is better to learn those. So I just decided to come to the US.
When you came to America 15 years ago, what was the first culture shock you had experienced as a Japanese person?
Probably one of the biggest cultural difference I realized was like when I lived in San Francisco for 6 years and I saw two masculine men, like guys are holding each other's hand and being happy and like, as a couple.
Yeah.
So that was very like new to me. Like a gay culture is very normalized in certain states. So San Francisco is one of those.
Seeing people using mobile shopping carts at the grocery stores. And
It's too big.
yeah. Because I was in Oklahoma, they were a little larger. So, and also people using cars at a short distance too. Always using cars. But living here, I realized using cars is a little bit safer. Maybe that's why.
A lot of the homelessness in LA. Yeah. After I moved to LA, I went to the downtown LA and I saw, wow, so many the homelessness there. And
You never see in Japan.
I did, but it's really different because the Japanese homelessness, I would say they are kind of nice. But here, so many like kind of crazy homelessness guys. Yeah,
Because of the drugs, maybe.
I guess so, but I'm not sure. But I don't want to discriminate the people. So
I think that American people are very loud.
Okay, I agree. Couldn't agree more. Okay.
It's just like cultural difference, It's not good or bad, but it just I need to speak up more because of that. And everything is huge in America. I'm very short, so I can't reach certain things. And at the supermarket, I have to ask people to reach.
Customer service in both countries, Japan and here, was pretty shocking. You know how in Japan people are super polite, and I think in the States in general, people are more casual. In St. Louis, I used to go to McDonald's a lot, and if they were in Japan, it would be like, いらっしゃいませ! ありがとうございました! 何なさいますか? And with big smile on. But if you go to McDonald's in Missouri, it's more like, next. All right, dude, what you want? So it's super casual, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing. If you go to coffee shop, you can have small talk, you get to connect with people. I think it's also a good thing, but it's very, very different from customer service in Japan.
I just walk on the street, so like they say like hi, or when I go like grocery store, they ask me like, oh, which one you think good? Even like I never met them. So in Japan, nobody talk to if you don't know like a stranger. So that's like totally different the culture.
I'm learning about so many things when it comes to basically everything, like how people communicate is different, how people act is different, what the cultural background is different, how they are educated is different. So it's just good to learn about difference.
Did it take long for you to adapt to like American culture?
People are really like expressive. People are not afraid to speak up, and like it's even better to like say your opinion in this culture. And I think that's something that I like about American culture.
Not many Japanese people can adapt to that culture because like directness is not in Japanese culture mainly, right?
Some people agree that when you speak in English and when you speak in Japanese, you become different person.
That's what people say. Yeah,
Right? And I think I like about that because you can take good things from each, I think. So when you speak in English, you naturally be more expressive and like maybe a little bit more direct.
Right.
In my case, obviously I look Japanese because I'm Japanese. And then when I was in Japan, I couldn't really fit into the cultural side. But since I came to the US, I'm foreigner, and nobody expect me to behave in certain way. They see me as just Yohei, and that's kind of comfortable in a way. I think I have a dyslexia. Not that I'm diagnosed, but I can't read a book very well, so that I couldn't do study very well either, and then I couldn't fit in that. Yeah, and here like I'm learning art, and art is very respected here as an artist. So yeah, it's working so much better for me.
I can only speak about Los Angeles people, right? But I think people in LA have more like flexible lifestyle. I don't know what they're doing, but like in Japan, for example, you don't see people at the gym like during the day because people are working at office. But in America, I see them, a lot of them at the gym at like not even like lunchtime. So that means they have a flexible schedule. So it makes me wonder what kind of job they're doing. I'm very used to this lifestyle, so I don't think I can function well in Japan. Yeah.
I think Japanese life is a lot more structured, and I feel like there are, in general, more rules you are supposed to follow. And I think, especially life in LA is a little more relaxed. I think Japanese people tend to work more hours. Of course, in America, work can be demanding too, but I think there is stronger emphasis on work and life balance.
So in Japan, you can use bus or Shinkansen, the bullet train. They come on time, but I never use public transportation anymore. I just use cars. And here, more organic food is available. So I'm more into a little bit more cooking and healthy food here.
So I don't have kids, but I know some people when they take their kids to school, and also after school they picked them up. I think some underage, I don't know, maybe 14 years old. I forgot, but the American kids they can't
Walk themselves.
they stay at home by themselves. I guess.
That's true. Like, I mean, in Japan, it's quite normal to see, like, like little kids walking down the street by themselves. But you never see that in the States, right? I guess.
Yeah, I think some place kind of safe place. It depends on the where.
After living the States for 20 years, you still here, right? What do you like about America? Simple question.
Freedom, and I like the weather here in LA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You can be yourself, so that's why.
That's what people say, right? You can be yourself in LA or maybe America in general. What does it mean?
When I go back to Japan, people usually say to me, "Oh my gosh, you're so dark," or I feel like I have to fit it in this figure, or I have to fit it in this frame. But here,
They try to put you in box then.
in the box, yeah, that's how I feel. And but here, you, like I said before, you can be yourself and dress up as you want. You can dye your hair as you want. Yeah, you can say what you want. So yeah.
I would say I'm kind of like big kid, so that's why I liked LA. So I like the music, so especially the classic rock from the LA bands songs. So that's why the LA is my special place.
What's the favorite band from LA? If you can say one.
Yep, I loved Motley Crue.
Motley Crue.
Yeah. Yep.
You have freedom to do whatever you want to be successful. I think in general, American people are very supportive of people who are innovative, people who want to do something new, different. So I think it's a freedom.
Diversity. I feel like if you're in Japan, you have to really seek it out to communicate with people from different culture. But here, I think you are surrounded by just many different people from many cultural background. I think it's important to experience that. And also, when I was in acting class, I met a lot of wonderful people who already retired. And I think it takes more courage to start new things later in their life. I don't know the exact reason, but I feel like maybe it comes also from diversity. And I don't really know the exact reason, but I feel like it's a little easier to start learning new things or challenge more later in your life in the States.
First of all, I really like equal. The female and men is almost the equal for me. And second things, especially LA, so they have many countries, so they don't care much, which country, no races. For me, so far, in LA, they have a beach, 10 minutes away, and you can go a mountain to hike. So, everything is very close, nature and seaside. So,
The environment that is kind of easier to go travel,
Really?
because it's just people travel a lot. here. So like it makes you feel like it's natural to go travel.
Right.
But like when I'm in Kagoshima and like if I say I'm gonna go to Canada, people are saying, "Wow, that's crazy."
Right. Oh yeah, because LA is filled with many people from all over the world,
right.
so it's people get used to like seeing people traveling all over the world.
Right.
Since like there are so many different type of people here, that everybody respects the cultural difference. In a way, you kind of become like you don't have specific culture here. Like you learn everything, like all the differences, and it kind of dials you down into like kind of like a middle area kind of stuff. So America is not really a country to me. It's more like a mixed of all the cultures here.
What do you miss about Japan?
I miss Japanese food, and also I miss my friends, and also like I'm from the Aichi prefecture, so I like akadashi, the miso soup.
Right.
So yeah, that's my kind of soul food for me.
But there are so many Japanese restaurants in LA, right? It's not different. It's not the same. What do you think?
It's different. It's different. Yeah, but a lot of restaurants. It's good, decent.
Yeah,
decent.
yeah,
I would say
decent,
decent. But some place, I think that it's really good. But I'm kind of weirdo. So I mean, I'm okay if I cannot eat any Japanese food in LA.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like the Korean food, the Chinese food, also the American food. So that's okay. But I like to eat Japanese food.
If you can.
Yeah, yep.
I think quality of ramen is better in Japan. They don't really serve really hot ramen in America, I think. And also, I would say hot spring, for sure. And family. Yeah.
Okay.
Onsen,
Oh.
hot spring, it's my favorite. So
It's not here.
I don't think so. I don't know, maybe Korean spa is there, but I've never been there. So I really like hot spring onsen. Food is always so good and then not super expensive. Maybe season you can go snow and
true.
so summer and you can enjoy the whole season.
Onsen?
Okay.
That's probably one of the like few things that I cannot achieve here.
I mean, I asked you yesterday if
Yeah.
if there's any onsen in LA because me and my friend got sick of like taking shower or like
Right.
we need to take a bath there.
Yeah. That's probably one of the things that I would definitely miss.
Well, I love Japanese people, so people.
People.
Yeah. Japanese people have respect to anybody in general. So Japanese people really think about others first. And that's a really, really noble thing to do. I miss that sometimes.
Safety for sure,
Okay.
and food, and family.
Like I see so many Japanese restaurants everywhere in this city. Do you feel like you're home when you go to Japanese restaurant, but still it's different, or what do you think?
Depends on the place. If you go to Torrance,
Oh yeah.
you get to see more Japanese people. You feel like, oh, there are only Japanese people in this restaurant. Is it LA? That feels good. That feels good though.
Moving to a new country is definitely a big challenge, especially if it's not an English-speaking country. It gets even harder if it's Japan. Let's be honest, I love Japan, but it's not the easiest place for foreigners, especially when it comes to English. If you want to live and work in Japan, learning Japanese is a must. The easiest and fastest way to learn Japanese is with a private tutor, and I recommend Preply. With over 1,500 Japanese tutors, you can find the perfect teacher for your need. You can filter by your goals, whether you're preparing for JLPT, need business Japanese, or just want to get better at everyday conversation. Preply has plenty of options. Here's a big tip. Business Japanese and daily Japanese are very different. If you're planning to live in Japan, it's crucial to focus on learning Japanese. When searching for teacher or Preply, look for someone who mentioned in the descriptions that they have experience of working for Japanese companies in Japan. They'll know the right vocabulary and even more importantly, how to write proper business emails. Get 50% off your first lesson on Preply by clicking the in the description below. After living in the States for 14 years, how do you see Japan as a country? Things you noticed only because you live in the States.
Even though I grew up there, I'm surprised like how clean the streets are, and also people are super polite, really nice. But as a society, I feel like it could be a little stressful too. I feel like in Japan, you're supposed to act in a certain way, and you kind of feel like you gotta fit in. And also, there's culture of honne to tatemae, right? What you say and your true feeling are quite different. We Japanese people tend to say or do things just to make other people feel comfortable, which is great because you want to have this peaceful life, but at the same time that means you're kind of faking yourself and you gotta keep enduring something, and that could be very stressful over years, I think.
I can see because I live in the States now that Japan is a very, very harmonious country, which is very, very beautiful. I think it's hard to maintain that kind of harmony as a nation. I think that stands out the most to me. But on the flip side of it is the rules and restrictions. I can see that sometimes Japanese people are struggling because of that. There are no ways to, let's say, express themselves that they want, or they feel like they need to act certain way.
All the people follow the rules very well. It's like well mannered. That's something like almost unbelievable from all the outside countries. For example, like if you walk in the street in the US, you see a lot of trash cans. Yeah. And then otherwise people are gonna throw all the trash on the street. In Japan, everybody brings back home. That's impressive and unbelievable to me.
You realize how amazing Japanese culture is, but it doesn't mean like which is better, which is worse, but it's just different. It just like seeing the difference make you realize like how lucky you are. Japan is amazing.
My country is a really good country, I guess, because it's really safe, good food, and also the public transportation is always on time. So everything kind of like neat. So that's the thing.
When I'm in Japan, I feel like I want to go out. I want to go leave Japan, and then I moved to here, and then I feel like Japan is so beautiful, and then I start like a chado. It's a tea ceremony. Also, I start like ikebana. It's a Japanese flower arrangement, and then I feel like it's totally different before I was in Japan, and I went I left in Japan, and then I feel like Japan is so beautiful.
Japan's getting popular because of the anime and the tourism and everything. Now, like people started knowing about Japan, but 15 years ago, 2010, 2025, how American people see Japan? Any differences you noticed?
15 years ago, maybe Japan was already kind of popular with anime and everything, but it was just like a shallow understanding of a culture. Even today, some people think Japanese anime and just sushi and ramen. And I think it's okay for them to think like that. But nowadays, well, thanks to like a big shows like Shogun, like our real Japan, like real Japanese culture is more prominent, and people are starting to grasp the real Japan, I think.
I think Japan is well respected, as far as I know. Even though there are, so many people who have never seen anime, or even though they don't have Japanese cars, they still don't dislike Japan. Most of the time they're like, oh, Japan? Yeah, that's a good country. I've heard like they're very nice people and whatnot. I think this good rumor and a good, impression of Japan is made by all the other Japanese people who used to work with the US or who came to the US. They made this great image of Japanese people, which I really do appreciate.
They think Japanese people are more kind and clean. That's a general idea, I think. And then people think that as a country is very beautiful.
When you say you're from Japan, to the people in America, has it changed the way they react?
I think yes and no.
Okay.
In a sense that I've changed a lot. So my reaction changed a lot over the years. For example, to this day, I still get oh, Japan is Japanese women are beautiful, Japanese women are sexy, based on what are you saying? And what, maybe
Even though they haven't talked to Japanese people.
Yeah, they have this idea of Japanese women, fetishizing us, and but before I was laughing off about them, oh, because I was polite.
Okay.
But now I'm I don't take any bullshit. If I suspect that this person is just saying that because I am Japanese and they're fantasizing about, Japanese women, I just call them out like, no. So I've changed, I think.
Do you think many Japanese women have experienced this kind of things in Western country or maybe just America? Or?
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of women, Japanese women, Asian women in general, experience this, but we don't say it loud enough to like fight back.
Right.
Because we would even like avoid if we encounter, if we encounter that kind of situation, like we would rather say nothing and just leave the conversation. So, but I've been kind of like speaking up more.
I see.
Yeah.
In the future, is there any possibility that you might go back to Japan indefinitely?
Yes, I would love to have my lifestyle based in both countries because I still have my direct family there. So I want to be able to take care of my family, spend time with my brothers and my parents a little bit more because I missed that time, when I was in 20 years and 30s. So I would go back for the future.
I may, because if it's countryside or something, yes. Tokyo might be a little crazy to live for the rest of my life. Although I can think of living in the US as well.
In the reality, like all my family is in Japan. I want to be closer to my family, and things are like really, really expensive.
Right.
And it's you have to hustle to survive here.
That's true. I mean, I think most of people in LA have reason, to live here. Yeah. Unless they're from here. Yeah.
Right.
I want to back to Japan for visiting, but still, I want to set up my life in LA.
So you're gonna live in the States until you die, do you think?
Yeah.
Really?
Exactly.
Forever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I decided.
So you came to LA 7 years ago with the passion.
Mm-hmm.
The passion is still there? Do you think you're still like enjoying LA life every single day?
Yeah, I think so, but it's kind of hard to keep my life, even though that I get something like a big problem, but still, I try to handle the problem, and I want to adjust my personality to American society. So yeah.
For now, I don't think I don't want to go back Japan because a hospital is super expensive here. So I don't think I can afford it. So maybe I back when I retire everything.
I'm sure you have experience going, many places in the States. Generally speaking, which city did you like in the States? ちょっと待って。これめっちゃ LA っぽいわ。Which city in the States did you like? Did you enjoy visiting?
I like to travel around car. So I did national park. So I like visiting Utah, Arizona, Nevada, those places. I haven't gone to much the East Coast side yet. But if you have a chance, I recommend going to Zion. If you go those places like Grand Canyon or,
I want to go there one day.
Yeah, Sedona or anywhere in the national parks.
Portland was nice. It's kind of like a rainy and cloudy, but I kind of like it. So
I've heard it's good. Many people say it's good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's super friendly for foreigner people, and they were very open-minded people out there. So yeah, that was pretty nice place to visit. I recently went there, and I felt very good just being there.
Number one is Hawaii.
Okay, you like Hawaii. Okay.
I know a lot of Japanese people love Hawaii too.
Yeah.
I just love tropical island, and I just love the culture out there too. People in LA are. Some people outside of LA say laid back, people in LA. But if you go to Hawaii, it's more laid back,
Right.
much more slower. And that kind of reminds me how people are in my hometown, Kagoshima. It's very similar. And I love the nature. So I love New York too.
Okay.
I love the energy every time when I go there.
You think you could live there again after leaving LA? Or what do you think?
If I have a reason to live there, I would live there.
possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
I enjoyed at the Idaho and Yellowstone. It's beautiful.
How was Idaho?
I mean, they have a nature. It's I don't know the name, but a yellow and blue poles. think so. That was so beautiful.
I would say New York.
Okay, New York.
New York City. It
Okay.
kind of reminds me of Ginza, specifically in Japan.
Yes.
Probably Ginza is much cleaner, but I love the tall buildings and like just people look more cultured in a sense that they dress nice. They have they walk fast and I like to see like stage plays as well. So that theater culture in New York is very nice.
If you don't need to live in LA for your work, you can live anywhere. Would you still be here?
That's a very tough question for sure. I love living here, definitely. But like living cost here is like crazy. It's ridiculously expensive. Like rents and like foods, they are so expensive. So just to be happy and living, Japan might be better in a way. But yeah, 50-50 I would say. Culturally, I feel way more relaxed here just because everybody see me as just foreigner, which is kind of nice.
I just like the lifestyle here.
Did you expect that you're gonna be in America for 20 years when you came here though?
Yes, I did.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, you knew you're gonna be here?
Yeah, yeah. But
Okay.
I may go back a little bit as you question, but I do miss my family. And in the future, I want to be able to live here and Japan half and half.
Yeah, I like to stay in America. I mean, in LA, because I like LA.
Regardless your job and everything.
Yeah, I think so. Because I told you earlier. So I used to be a musician, and I was influenced by a lot of American music, especially the LA bands. So that's why I moved to LA. Of course, when I lived in Japan, automatically I'm comfortable. And also here, for me, I'm comfortable living in LA. So it depends on the people, but I would say, yeah, I'd like to stay in LA.
As much as I love living in Los Angeles, I feel like things are becoming super, super expensive, especially considering, how Japanese yen is very cheap right now. LA is super expensive. Just eating lunch could be like $15 to $20, which is almost like 3,000 yen in Japan.
More than double, yeah.
Yeah, so I like living in LA, but it's not like I want to live here forever. So if I'm not considering work, yeah, I might consider moving somewhere else, maybe moving back to Japan or moving somewhere interesting. But what I know for sure is I want to die in Japan. I want to spend the last chunk of my life in Japan because that's my home.
Maybe no. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna go somewhere island. I don't have a job, so I just stay in beach all day and
I see.
Depends on my life at the time. But if I don't have any like specific reason to stay here, maybe I would go back to Japan.
住みたいアメリカ人に何かメッセージとかアドバイスとかありますか？
日本に住みたかったらやっぱり日本語を学ぶ努力をしてほしいですね。自分中心じゃなくって周りの人の気持ちと状況を考えながら生活するっていうのがすごく大事だと思うので、そこを学んだ上で言葉も学んだらすごくいいと思います。
英語は15年前とかはどうでした？初めて来た時。
多少は喋れたんですけど、やっぱり今とは全然違くって文化的な意味合いを分かって初めてこう本当に喋れるっていう風になるじゃないですか。だからそれがまあ大きな違いかなと思います今は。
アメリカから見るとすごい安くていいサービスを受けられるっていう、コスパみたいな面で言ったら本当日本以上の国はないんじゃないかなって思うぐらいなんですけど、日本という国に行くのを、もちろんお勧めします。でもやっぱり本当日本に住みたい人、本当に楽しいことだけじゃないと思うんですよね。日本ってもう大半の人が日本人で、今ちょっと変わってきてますけど、もうほとんどの人が日本人じゃないですか。何年も住んでも孤独に感じる人ってすごいたくさんいると思ってて、だからこそ本当に文化の勉強だったりとか、いろいろ勉強してから住んでみて、いろいろ経験してみるっていうことが大事なんじゃないかなって思います。あとはいっぱい とりあえずラーメン食べてほしいですね。
ラーメン。
なんか一番違うなって思うのが知らない人に話しかけない。なんか日本じゃ本当に知らない人が話しかけるとなんか本当にちょっと変な人。こっちじゃ結構本当に日曜茶飯事にみんな話しかけてくるから、それはちょっと日本では変な人になっちゃうかもしれないね。お気をつけよう。
なるほどなるほど。ちょっとイントロバートにならないといけない。それ日本では確かに。
美味しいものもたくさんありますし、パブリックトランスポーテーションも時間オンタイムに来るし、綺麗だし、優しい人たちがいっぱいいるので、いろんな経験ができると思います。ぜひ楽しんでください。長野はおすすめです。自然がいいのでね、上高地がおすすめです。
少しでも住んでみたいとか経験してみたいっていう興味があるんだったらぜひ試してみてほしいなと思います。どんな経験になるかは、人それぞれになるとは思うけど、やっぱり私みたいにその違うカルチャーを経験して自分の中で発見することってめちゃくちゃいっぱいあるし、学ぶこともいっぱいあるし、特に日本とアメリカって本当に多分世界の中でも結構こう違うカルチャーっていうか、それでアメリカのいいところを発見できるきっかけにもなると思うし、日本の文化に興味があるならぜひやってみてほしいなと思います。
日本に住みたい外国人の方たちに言えること、アニメだったりとか、そのサブカルチャー、外国の方々がすごくクールだっつって言って住みたいっていうような気持ちになったりとかはあると思うんで、感覚を忘れてほしくないというか。
なるほどなるほど。
違う国で暮らすというのはとても大変なことだと思うんですよね。もちろんそのやっぱ言葉の壁もあるし、だけどその情熱があればなんとかいけると思うんですよ。だから嫌なことがあってもそれを我慢できるかどうかでそのジャッジすればいいと思うし、僕が LA を選んだ理由も、ここだったら自分が本当に憧れた場所だからすごく大変なことがあっても我慢して頑張っていけるんじゃないかなと思ったから、だからそれが僕から言えることかなっていう。
Okay, thank you for watching so far. How was it? That was interesting. I really enjoy making videos in the States. I'm planning to make more Japan and America content in the future. So if you have any video idea that I can film in the States, please let me know in the comments. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this video, click like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to follow my Instagram and TikTok. I upload short version of my videos there. And if you have any question you want me to ask people in Japan, please leave me a comment too. See you next time.